In the following section, we will go over how to make Control automatically create a callback for a newly created estimate. To create our macro, we'll first have to go to the Marketing Home on the navigation bar, and then select our macro setup. And since we want to create a callback, or we want to put a callback on our activity manager whenever a new estimate is created, we want to first start off by clicking on our estimate macros and then clicking on new macro. We're going to give our macro a name and then move on to the trigger tab, which is going to activate when this particular macro will actually start. In this case, we want whenever a new estimate is created. And then whenever a new estimate is created, these are the activities or actions we want to take place. In this case, we want a contact activity macro. Before setting it up, let's go ahead and remove the prompt to begin and the notify of completion tabs. On our contact activity macro tab, we have the ability to record when this particular activity was put on our calendar, as well as we have the ability to make changes to the call activity template. So we can add in a description, we can as well as add in additional calendars on this particular template, and we can also put in notes. The reason we don't want to fill out the order, company, and contact information is because we can, in the setup of the actual macro, we're able to auto fill these particular fields. But we would want to select maybe a certain time for this macro to be run. So maybe let's say 12 o'clock. And let's say it's going to last about 45 minutes. And let's hit OK on this particular template. And now it's asking us, do we want to replace the employee with the orders entered by the primary salesperson, the company's primary salesperson. In this case, let's say that we want to replace it with the primary salesperson that's on the particular order. We want to replace the order or the estimate, in this case, with the selected estimate. So the created estimate at the time will then will replace with that particular estimate number. The same for the company. We want the actual contact to be the actual contact on the estimate. And then the last option is to replace the scheduled date with the available work assignment date. In this case, we want this checked. And then Control is going to ask us how many days do we want to offset this particular date. In this case, let's say we want a 2-day offset. And now we would then save this particular macro. And then whenever a customer so I just went ahead and created this new estimate. So now let's go ahead and save it. And upon saving it, it's going to add a callback activity on this particular salesperson's calendar. So let's go ahead and hit save as estimate. Let's go to the activity manager and view the salesperson's calendar. here's the auto created activity.